Hello, everybody. Happy Friday night. Welcome to Music Forward's Open Mic Fridays. I am your hostess with the mostest. My name is Lydia Caesar, and I am so excited to be back, bringing you some of the freshest new talent from around the globe. Yes, on Open Mic Fridays, we have had talent from London, from Africa, literally every single state in this country. So, we definitely love that we're still in the virtual space because we get to highlight so much talent from all over the place. So if you are with us tonight, you are in a special room right here on Zoom. Do me a favor before we even get completely rolling, send this link to somebody. We want to fill up this space. I'm sure one of these artists that you're going to see tonight sent you the link. Send it out to somebody else, pay it forward, and let's fill up this space so that these artists have an amazing audience to perform for. So thank you once again. You could be anywhere in the world, okay? It is Friday night. Outside is clearly open, but you're choosing to spend some portion of your Friday night with us, and we love you for that. You are right with us on Twitch. So if you have not already, subscribe to our Twitch channel. We have so much going on this platform. So subscribe so that you never miss out on what is coming up. So, before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about Music Forward and Open Mic Fridays. Like I said, somebody probably just sent you a link like, look, I'm performing and you're supportive. So you showed up, but you're not exactly sure what you've gotten yourself into. Let me give you a little bit of the backstory. So, what is Music Forward? Music Forward is an amazing organization that connects young people from our communities directly to the music industry via career and artist development programming designed to transform young lives, inspire careers, and to champion a more inclusive music industry. The music industry is a really tough place. I'm a host, but I'm also an artist myself. And when I first started out, I would have loved for there to be a program like what Music Forward, all the different programs that Music Forward opens. It's basically you're here as the artist, and this is the music industry. And it's like, you don't know how to get here. You're like, do I jump? Like, do I swim? Like, do I fly? Music Forward is that bridge, basically, making it easier for artists to get directly connected to the industry. It's just beautiful. What is Open Mic Fridays? This event that you are here for this evening. It is a performance showcase. And what happens is it's not like your typical open mic where anybody can just join and perform. These artists are vetted and they get to perform and share their talent. They gain exposure. They have people watching like you. And the best part is that they get live feedback directly from industry experts who have successful careers in music. Don't you hate when you're trying to do something and people who've never done it are trying to tell you how to do it or that you can't do it? It's like, excuse me, how would you know? None of that over here. These are experts who have been there, done that, and they're going to pour into these artists tonight, right after they perform. So let's get back to this amazing lineup. First of all, we're going to need help from you, the audience, okay? From tonight's lineup, we're going to have two artists come back to perform in our finals showcase that takes place in December. One is going to be the artist with the most fans in the audience. That's where you come into play. So we will be having a poll on our Instagram page at Music Forward. Very simple, no hyphens, no nothing, spelled just like it is, Music Forward. And the poll will be up for 24 full hours. So you can vote for your favorite for the full 24 hours. And the person with the most votes will be one of the artists that comes back. Our industry experts will also pick another artist to come back. And that's how we will get our two to be in the finals in December. Awesome news here is that we have also partnered with Sennheiser, one of the industry's leading sound providers. They're going to provide professional equipment to our artists. So the two artists that are chosen tonight are going to receive a Sennheiser Evolution E835 microphone that is going to be able to be used for both recording and the stage. So there's a lot at stake here, okay? So if you came to see somebody, show them support because not only will they be able to come back, but they will also be able to walk away with a great professional microphone, okay? Now, also, The artists that are selected, once they make it to the final showcase, there's going to be 2 complete finalists who won the whole season. Those artists are going to also receive a pair of headphones, an audio interface, and a 1-hour private session with a professional recording engineer. So there's a lot riding on these events that we have, okay? We want our artists to walk away fulfilled and, with tangible things that they can use to enhance their careers. So before we get started with the artists, let me call our industry experts on so that you can get to know who they are. Industry guests, you may both now turn on your cameras. As they are coming in, I'm going to tell you about them. First, we have Mystic. She is an artist and a label owner of Beautiful Soundworks. Mystic is a Grammy nominated artist who is also an activist, community educator, scholar, and beloved daughter of Oakland, California. As a solo artist and member of the legendary Digital Underground group, she is known for using her craft to heal and build community. An advocate for youth, her work with School Not Prisons, Grammy U, and Diversify the Stage provides opportunities to mentor young people who wish to be a part of the music industry and help transform their communities. Mystic is honored to serve as chapter governor for the Recording Academy San Francisco chapter. She recently released her 3rd album, Dreaming in Cursive, The Girl Who Loved Sparklers, on her label, Beautiful Soundworks. Mystic, we're so excited to have you.
Greetings, y'all. My video is locked right now by the host. So I was attempting to try to come on. So I'm here.
Okay, I thought, I was like, oh my God, did I get kicked off? Am I alone? Here you are.
I
I
am.
see your beautiful face now.
Wonderful to see your beautiful face.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you are here and that we're in sync.
Yes.
So I want to know what led you, like as an artist, what led you to want to be an advocate for the youth?
So I am the child of an activist who was a farm worker organizer, and growing up in Oakland, I think we're always influenced by the history and also the still remaining and living Black Panthers who have been here. And for me, the intersections of art and advocacy have always been connected. As somebody who experienced trauma in making my way through this world, I feel like it's my responsibility to advocate for children and youth and also in the industry.
I think that's beautiful. A lot of artists can sometimes forget, artists can be self-centered. We can be selfish folks. Yeah. So I love that you choose to give back.
Thank
And
you.
I also love that you're current governor. I ran for a governor's seat in my chapter and I lost. But
Girl, do it again.
I'm gonna. I do not feel defeated. I'm gonna do it again.
Good.
But that's super, super awesome. Excited to chop it up with you. Okay, stick around. Brittany, where are you, Brittany? Are you out there? All right. Next, we have Brittany Flores, a South Florida native. Brittany Flores started as an intern with Live Nation in 2010. She, along with her team, has produced, promoted, and overseen close to 1,000 concerts in over 50 venues annually throughout Florida and Puerto Rico. Prior to her impact on the live music scene in Florida with Live Nation, she toured around the world with the band Muse. Brittany, welcome. Wait,
Hi,
so did you tour as an artist or as like a tour manager?
No. I worked on their production team.
Okay, I was about to say, ooh, tell me about that.
No.
Okay, awesome. So my question for you is, what have you found is the best way to climb the ranks to your dream job, since it seems like that's what you've done?
Yeah, thank you. To be honest with you, hard work, right? And just putting in the time. Many sleepless nights, many long days. Our job's not a 9 to 5. So definitely just committing to it, right? Knowing that the dream is attainable and putting in the time and the hard work and realizing it'll pay off.
yeah, being willing to make that sacrifice because your job doesn't look like everybody else's, you know? Yeah, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. Good old fashioned hard work goes a long, long way. Okay, well, awesome. So I'm super excited that we're going to get to hear from you guys throughout the night. I know you're going to drop some gems on these artists. So thank you so much for your time and dedication to this effort. And for now, you two may both turn off your cameras. We will see our industry guests back very shortly. So let's get this show started. First thing, I want to just remind you that the chat is open tonight. Listen, as an artist, I'm telling you right now, this journey gets really difficult at times. You never know how far your words of encouragement will go for these artists tonight. When they're hitting the snag or a bump in the road, they may remember that comment that you left. So keep the chat positive, give them positive, feedback about their performances, and let's really have a great event this evening. All right, coming to the virtual stage, we have our first performer, Ingrid Griffin. Come on in, Ingrid. You may turn on your camera. I'm going to tell the audience about you. 20-year-old singer-songwriter Ingrid Griffin describes her music as if Taylor Swift and Jackson Browne had a baby. I love it. Ingrid's music is an authentic blend of pop, country, and Americana, and almost always features her dad, a lifelong percussionist, on drums. Her songwriting covers topics like feeling out of place at college parties and wishing for grand romantic gestures seen in movies. She is currently a music major at USC in Los Angeles. But at heart, Ingrid is just a girl from Nebraska who lives to perform. Ingrid, I love this. Hearing you yesterday and reading your bio was like, I get it, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
so glad to be here.
Yeah, so tell us about what you're going to be doing tonight.
So I'm going to play a song. It's my newest release single. It's called Dancing in My Mind.
Love it. And I'm excited for the audience to get to hear you. So listen, let me get out the way without further ado. Ingrid Griffin, take it away.
Thank you. This song is about missing someone. In a box in my room, there's a picture of you. You're tilting your head back. You were wearing a gray t-shirt, and you're laughing at something I said. And there's a ring from a toy machine at a diner that you bought me. For a couple of quarters, it was worth more than the world to me. And I can picture it on my hand, those many moons ago, clear as the sky when we snuck on the golf course. Late at night, the fireflies, they were dancing in the sky. Now it's just another night, and you're dancing, dancing in my mind. In a notebook somewhere, there's a song about you, but I just can't get it right. Nothing captures the way you made me feel on that very first night. I can picture you grabbing my hand those many moons ago, clear as the sky lit up by fireworks of gold. Late at night, the fireflies, they were dancing in the sky. Now it's just another night, and you're dancing, Thank you.
Beautiful job, Ingrid.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. I love it. You have just like a soothing, beautiful tone. I love your descriptive lyrics.
Thank you
Just
so much.
yeah, all around phenomenal job. Let's get our industry experts in here to give you some feedback. Industry guests, you may now turn on your cameras, both of you.
Hello.
All right. All right, Mystic, let's start with you. Give some feedback to Ingrid.
Oh, Ingrid, what a bright light you are.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to thank you. Your energy really radiates and shines through. And even though you're singing a song about missing someone and you're using all this really descriptive language, which I love and always makes music more vivid, you're still radiating love, right? You're
you.
still radiating like this peaceful place.
Mhm.
I love the way that you are laying out your music and the way that you are playing with your melodies. I think so. Shock G, who's part of Digital Underground, rest in peace. But he always used to talk about let the beat breathe, right? And that means for the guitar or the piano, or that means for the 808 and the hip hop song.
Mhm.
And you went into a place where it was close to the end, where it kind of breathed a little bit.
Right.
You could give yourself a little space, but you have it. And when I talk about that space, I think that Jewel, I don't know if you ever loved any of Jewel's music, is a wonderful artist to listen to for that kind of that open space, because your voice is really beautiful and it has this kind of airy quality.
Yeah.
So I thought that was wonderful, and I thank you for.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all the feedback. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your live playing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So hard. I'm learning now and I'm like, oh my God.
It is hard.
It's hard. All right, Brittany.
Yeah, Ingrid, it was phenomenal. I think you hit it right on the head when you said the Taylor Swift, and I think the other one was Jackson Brown. It really was that type of pairing. And I really couldn't help but smile as you're performing. Like you're so engaging. I can just, you know what I mean? It's and you have to be, right, when you're the one there playing with playing guitar, and I could see it just being you performing, right? Not a lot of stuff going on around you. So, but you're so engaging. And I think that's so hard to come by, and it comes so naturally for you. And I think it's just spectacular. And going to, I guess, how you are coming to be as an artist, I love the fact that your dad is involved. I think that's so important, to have the family around you and to support you. It gives me goosebumps because I'm close with my dad, and I just think that that's so special to be able to share something like that and creatively work together. And I think you'll have continue such strong passion and just meaning to your music because of that. I think the foundation is just beautiful. But you sound amazing. I love Mystic's reference with Jewel. I think she's spot on with that. I love Jewel, and that reminded me too. As soon as Mystic said it, I was like, for sure, I have that vibe, that feeling, and just powerful women artists in their own right, and being able to just perform like you did is great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the feedback. It's such an honor to get some great advice from you guys.
Yes. Okay, so Ingrid, now you can pick their brains. Ask a question for our industry experts.
Okay, so my question is a little broad, but kind of after hearing my like kind of my genre and getting a feel for my music, my question is, what is your biggest piece of advice for someone like me who's aspiring to be a singer-songwriter?
Okay, whoever wants to go first can just take it away.
I'll hop in.
Okay.
You are indeed a singer-songwriter, right?
Mhm.
Not everybody who sings is a singer-songwriter.
Truly.
And my advice to you would be to be present in your lived life and draw from both your experiences and the way it feels to navigate in this world, but
Mhm.
also draw from your imagination, because that's part of what will set you apart,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Within
I
the
love
world
that.
that exists. And so do that. And I just connect that to hold on to yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I said, you are a bright light. Hold on to that core of that beauty and that family and that singer songwriter, and just the joy that you hold and the magic that you hold. Hold on
Mhm.
to that piece. That would be my advice.
Thank you so much.
Love it. Brittany?
Mine would be obviously more on the performance side, but I would just say get out there, right? There's so many amazing, opportunities for singer-songwriters, festivals, things you can either apply for, show up for. Like I said earlier, it's so special that you're able to just command a room the way you do. You don't need a lot, right? It's you and you have it. So I would just get out there, right? You don't have to check anybody else's schedule to see who can join you. You get up and go.
Right.
Yeah,
those were both just amazing pieces of advice. Thank you.
Yeah. And if I can add on, my advice would be to just put it out there.
Mhm.
A lot of times as artists, we can sit on music and like wait until it's right, the timing. And honestly, like that's some of the mistakes that I've made in my past that I've learned to not do anymore. Like literally just put it out there. And the way the doors start to open as you just start doing the work and just putting the music out there, you're always going to create new songs. You're always going to have this gift inside of you. Don't
Mhm.
feel like you need to hold it on to it until the time is right. The time is right.
Mhm.
Go ahead and just put it out, song after song, record after record, album after album. Just do the work, and it will pay off because you're so talented.
Oh, thank you. That makes total sense. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're in the audience and you came to see Ingrid, it is your turn to do your job. Head over to @musicforward on Instagram. Show her love in our poll so that she is one of the artists that comes back in December. Ingrid, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our experts, and all of you may now turn off your cameras. Because we are rolling. Ingrid kicked it off. She set the bar super high, and we are moving right along to our next artist. Coming to the virtual stage. I want to hear you guys make some noise. Lydia, you can't hear us. It's okay. I can feel that energy. So make some noise for Amy Paris. Come on in, Amy. I'm going to tell the audience about you. Rising pop singer-songwriter Amy Paris released her new EP entitled Late Nights with the leading catchy pop single Bad Things. The track embraces her sensual, playful side. As females in the music industry are reshaping the landscape, they really are, and empowering women to feel confident in their bodies and spark attraction. She contributes her music inspiration to artists such as Dua Lipa, Demi Lovato, Zara Larsson, and Charlie Puth. Amy, welcome.
Hello.
Super excited to hear you tonight.
I'm very excited as well.
Yeah, tell the audience about the song you're going to be performing.
So I am going to be singing a song off of Late Nights EP. However, it's not going to be Bad Things. It's going to be Need Ya Baby.
Need Ya Baby. Okay.
That's right.
Let's get it. It sounds like a vibe already. Let's get into it.
You know what it is.
All right, you guys, without further ado, Amy Paris, take it away, honey.
Got it. Been thinking about the way we flow, and I just lose control. Oh boy, come next to me. I will make you believe. All you gotta do is say please. It's you and me. Yeah. Come my way, babe, and don't be shy. It's just me, babe. Look in my eyes. Come my way, babe, and don't be shy. It's just me, babe. Look in my eyes. Put your arms around me like you wanna do it. Kiss me like you want me, 'cause I need you, baby. I get so lost in those eyes. It's like I'm hypnotized. Tell me what you want me to do. You know I will, 'cause it's you. Come my way, babe, and don't be shy.
All right, Amy, that is definitely like a pop hit. Like I can totally hear it on the radio. I feel like it has sync potential. Like I could hear it in like movies, commercials, stuff like that. So great job, great track selection and great writing. And you also have a really, really beautiful voice. When you hit that high note, I was like, come on, come through. All right, let's get our industry experts in. You guys may both turn on your cameras. All right, welcome. Let's start with you this time, Brittany. Give some feedback to Amy.
It's funny you said that, Lydia, because the first thing I wrote down was like, I could picture myself already in my car, windows down, singing along like that,
Right.
like just like great vibe. I'm like, yeah, feeling it. It was awesome. And the fact that you wrote that and had that in mind is fantastic. It sounded great. Your voice was nice and smooth. I was getting major, I don't know if you've listened to her, but Banks, major like Banks vibes with just the, like, I closed my eyes and I'm like, I could feel it. I could, I could hear it. But it was fantastic. You did a great job. I know it's hard, obviously, being, not in a studio, but you made it work. I felt it. I know what you were trying to do, and you did it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so sweet.
Of course.
Yay. All right, Mystic.
Greetings, Amy. Oh, you too, another bright light. Thank you so much for shining on us. So I can tell, right? So first, that's a little bop right there, right? There's a groove to that, and I dig it exactly. And I super appreciate that. And I can also see like when you hit that high note, like Lydia said, or when you broke into, maybe it was the second or the third chorus, and you start smiling, right? And you start opening up your body a little bit more with what you're doing. All of that goodness and magic and beauty and wonder inside of you, put that on out when you're performing, because you've got the songwriting, you've got some beautiful kind of structure to the way that you're laying things out. I think you could include some more high notes in your harmonies somewhere in there in that chorus, pop them out just a little bit more, but like you have that part. So I think it's like, just, show us all that beauty in you, because I see it.
The freedom. I was missing some of that, just the freedom that the song has. You have more of that freedom in you that you can give to us while you perform, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but I appreciate all the feedback. It was so sweet of you guys.
No, and that's natural to feel. I feel like if you were to perform again right now, we would get that. Oh, but that's totally like just the way it is, So, for sure. Okay, so Amy, what is your question for our experts?
It was actually guided towards Mystic. My question for Mystic is, what was the inspiration behind building your own label?
Oh, I love that question. So I was originally signed to an independent label, and then I was over at a major label. And when I stepped back from the industry to go back to school to gain knowledge, to be of greater service to children and youth, I walked away from my master's. All I wanted was my freedom. Right. And then when I came back and wanted to put music out again with this new album, well, actually the 20th anniversary of the first album, Cuts for Luck and Scars for Freedom, with my longtime business partner, we just talked about it. And starting my own label means, right, there's a financial aspect. I get paid off the master side as well as a songwriter and a performer, depending on the place that I'm getting the royalties. But also as a woman in this business who's always wanted to have a hand in the way that I'm presented, in the way that I'm heard, I really wanted to be in control of what I do. It's a lot of hard work, but I absolutely encourage it. And I think it's a great way to learn about all the different kind of elements that are necessary to navigate putting an album out and being successful within this business. So I hopefully that answers your question. I was just like, let me do it,
My terms on my way. Yeah.
Exactly.
Especially after being under somebody else for so long, and makes perfect sense. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So, audience, it is your turn to show some love to this amazing artist, Amy Paris. She did a great job. Head over to Music Forward on Instagram at Music Forward. Don't forget you have 24 hours to join the poll, show her love if you want her to be the fan favorite for this episode. Amy, thank you so much for sharing your talent. I always say it's hard to get on any stage. A Zoom stage is the hardest stage ever. Okay, it's just so weird. So congratulations on doing a great, great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for your both of your advice and even yours as well. I am so lucky for this opportunity.
Awesome. All right, all of you may now turn off your cameras. All right, you guys, we have a show tonight. We are going to move right along because we have 3 more artists to see. So, coming to the virtual stage, we have Holden Miller. Holden, come on in. I'm going to tell the audience about you. Holden creates music that holds a mirror to the experiences of other young people by approaching his songwriting without pretension. Oh, I love it. Holden is able to push the boundaries of what a contemporary singer-songwriter can look like. Through broad, often impressionistic interpretations of anxiety, the passage of time, and love and heartbreak, his music finds a way to resonate with a wide audience, even beyond his own demographic. Holden, welcome. I love your bio. It's very poetic.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, let's get right into it. Tell us what can we expect from you tonight?
Sure. So I'm gonna be playing my next release. It's gonna be my last release of a long year of releases. It's called Watching the Moon, and basically a little backstory. I moved to LA in the beginning of 2021. It was like one of the peaks of the pandemic. I had no idea what I was doing. It was just I moved from Long Island, New York. So graduated college, moved back home during the pandemic, and was just like lost, and kind of on a whim moved to LA, and it was the peak of the pandemic out here, and I met a girl that my roommates and I were hanging out with, and I think just because of everything that was going on and feeling like super independent and away from everything, I just was love struck, and in hindsight it was probably not the right person for me. But right when I thought things were working out between us, she started to go on dates with this other guy, and it kind of crushed me a little bit. And there was one night I remember, like, I was aware that she was going on a date with this guy, but I didn't know what they were doing together. And I feel like everyone can kind of relate either with a crush or with an ex when they know that they're, especially with social media now, when you know that person's out with someone else, and like all you can do is kind of make up scenarios in your head of what's going on. And it's just like the most gut-wrenching, anxiety-inducing thing ever. So after a sleepless night because of that, I wrote this song called Watching the Moon, and it's been a long time coming, but I'm really excited to release it and to play it all for you. So thanks for having me.
Love that you at least got music out of the relationship.
Exactly.
That's huge. I love that you use that. You're like, guess what? This is not gonna be a total waste of my time. Okay. Love that. Excited for the audience to hear this amazing record. And without further ado, Holden Miller, take it away.
Thank you. I hope to God she's on the couch, not sleeping in his bed. If I could stop playing out scenarios like theater in my head, I could get some rest. But I know best. I'm not sleeping tonight. I hope to God his friends are home, stirring up some late night noise, so he can't help but to leave her in the bed and go hang out with the boys. But he won't, 'cause they're all alone, sleeping together tonight. Maybe maybe she'd like me better if I had a tattoo. I do have a tattoo now. Maybe she's already fallen in love and I'm just too scared to make a move. I hope to God she's driving fast down Sunset Boulevard just to get as far away from him. 'Cause love is so damn hard, and I'd come now just to rescue her. Yes, I'd travel from afar, but I'm afraid that when I got there he would be right in the car. Whoa. Or maybe she's already fallen in love and I'm just too scared to let her know. She doesn't even know that it's killing me. She doesn't even know that she's always on my mind. I don't even know why I like her, but I do. It looks like tonight I'll be watching the moon till the sunrise. I hope to God she doesn't see him in the same light I see her, 'cause she'll never stray away and we'll just be what we never were. Whoa. Or maybe she's already fallen in love and I'm just too scared to let her know. Thank you.
Whew, amazing. So from the first line, you had me. I think the first line of songs are so important because it's like the hook, that kind of lets people know if they're going to keep listening. And that first line is like, oh, it's so poetic. It just drew me in, especially hearing the backstory. So I hope that when you do this song, wherever you do this out in the world, that you tell that story every
Sure.
time.
Yeah,
The
I agree.
story, I mean, it's nothing like a good song setup. I live for a good song setup, and you set that up perfectly. Phenomenal job. Let's get our industry experts in to give you some feedback. You guys may both turn on your cameras.
Thank you, Lydia.
You're welcome. All right, Mystic, let's start with you.
Oh, I feel like there's just a beautiful breath in there. Holden, thank you so much. Your the setup of the story, yes, but just like your presentation, your vulnerability that comes through in the playing of your music as well as your vocals is just, oh, it gives me chills, right? But I want to make sure that I look at my notes here. You did some really beautiful stuff with the minor changes on the guitar that you also played with vocally. Your song structure was brilliant. You went through verses, you had a bridge, you let the beat breathe, you came back and took the melody after the bridge that you used, I believe, in your second verse. And so as a songwriter, right, whether I'm writing songs where I'm rhyming or I'm writing songs where I'm singing, I really value that. And that came through. That song pulls at the heartstrings, right? And you walked this fine line of like, I hope, right? I hope she's doing this, or I hope she hasn't done this. And that can be a fine line because it can come across sometimes as being like, not wishing well on whoever that other person is, but this is really about your heart. And I think some obvious people to kind of point to and connect with that that might be useful, I think it's obvious that James Blake, or even a Chris Martin from Coldplay when he's doing some of his stuff. But I also want to take it back to an artist by the name of Damien Rice. And I'm not sure you're familiar. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, volcanoes break me down. Right. You're doing some of that kind of stuff. So if you're familiar, you already know. And for me, really, I'm paying you honor because as a huge fan of Damien Rice, it's beautiful to hear you play. I thank you for sharing. I believe that you have a bright, bright light and future, and just keep on doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Thank you so much, Mystic. I actually have written a song a while ago, like completely inspired by Damon Rice. Like that O album is just
That O album isn't brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that you know that. I love it.
Yay, I love it too.
Thank
I
you.
love a studied artist. I love that. All right, Brittany.
Yeah, you guys were spot on. I was trying to think of him, of Damien. It was the vibe that I was getting, and I put down David Gray. But the song I was thinking was the Cannonball, really like that vibe. And I'm a huge fan of David Gray. And I had that definitely feel for the music. I love how you brought us in with how you set the mood in the room, right? Like you made us feel what you were trying to get through. Your character, right? I absolutely love the rawness where you said, I don't know if it was intentional, if it's part of the song about now having a tattoo, but I can just tell you from like, being in an audience and listening, you want that realness from the artist, right? You don't want it to sound so scripted. And I literally like giggled, like loved it, how
Me
you were
too.
like, you know what I mean? Like it had that just realness, right? All the audience wants to do with the artist is connect. And I felt connected when you said that, right? So I love that. Don't lose that. I think that's epic. You can't put that on a set list. You know what I mean? Like I think that's great. I don't know if it was intentional or not, or if it's scripted, but it felt real.
Yeah.
I just when I wrote that song, I didn't have any tattoos, obviously,
Yeah.
and then I have two now, and I was like, well, I gotta like let people know that
Yeah.
Now
things have changed. There's been growth since this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I could feel the authenticity behind you, and it's infectious. So congratulations, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
always say that the audience can tell a fake. And so it never pays to be fake. It's so obvious, and you're so authentic. And I think that's beautiful.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so Holden, what's your question for our experts?
Sure. Yeah, it's for both of you. So I feel like I'm in kind of a weird spot right now, with just like the industry as a whole and like my management team and like people, feeling like I'm always pushed to like constantly be on social media and posting TikToks every day and posting, Instagram as much as I can. And I was recently watching an artist who like inspired me to want to make an album. And it's just a scary leap to be like, I'm gonna like go into writing creative album mode and like put away social media, especially because I feel like as I'm getting older, like the clock's ticking to kind of make something happen. So my question for you is like, how do you find a balance in this day and age of social media and like breaking as an artist between like being present to your fans but also like taking time to work on your craft and be creative?
So hard. So hard. I can't wait to hear what they have to say. I'm just interested because I have my own thoughts. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go. So I'm not an artist and I have a hard time with it, right? You feel like now it's everybody's out there. And I know for you all being an artist, you feel like it's amplified. So I'd have to say, I don't think there's a right or wrong way, right? I think that you need to do what feels right for you, because I think, part of you will suffer either way if you lean too heavily into what you're not comfortable with, right? So I think as long as you feel it's right and you get out there, I think the right people are going to hear you, see you. And I think it's going to set the tone for you to stay true to yourself, right? If you're already starting off by feeling pressured or pushed and doesn't feel right, it's going to eventually show. So I think you just need to stay true, right? Do what makes sense to you. Know that if it's meant to be, it'll be. And the balance is what you expect it to be,
Yeah.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that. It's like nice to hear that reassurance.
Yeah. All right, Mystic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. First of all, although the clock seems like it's ticking, your art is always going to be on time.
Say
Albums
that.
are going to be on time. Your songs, when you write them, are going to be on time.
Yeah.
So you are always on time. And the pressures that come as our stars start to rise, right? Or as our light is seen, because we have the light, even when people don't see it. As that happens and we start to build our teams, that pressure does increase. There is music and art, and then there is industry, and there is the balance of those, right? And so what is always important within that is the art is the foundation and it's fundamental. And your mental health, your state of being, your heart, your spirit, you got to take care of that. And your brilliant team and everybody around you has to understand that as well. And so that balance of social media and your art, right? I am somebody who is notoriously like, I always say I'm the most private public person you will ever meet, right? If you want to share, then share. If it's not something that you feel you are ready to share yet, then don't do that. There's beauty to mystery. There's beauty to like that honesty of saying, I am going into the sacred process of making my album. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will check in with you when I'm ready, right? And I think a couple brilliant examples of artists who have done that on social media. There's an artist by the name of Sun Little, and he was out recording an album, but like we mostly saw on his social media, like pictures of ponds and birds, every once in a while a shot in the studio, but you didn't really know quite what he was doing. Also, Fantastic Negrito, who is an artist from up here in the Bay Area, put together an entire film. And we saw very little of that, just pieces and images, because your fans, the people who love you for being you, they're going to stay with you. And those little pieces, that star in the sky, right? In Los Angeles, if you show a picture of that with a line or a thought or a vibe, when they hear your album, if part of what you're writing about is that star or that moon in that Los Angeles sky, they're going to make those connections and they're going to start to understand how they've been on the journey with you. So that's a little bit long-winded, but like, I just want to bring it back to, though, take care of you within the process. And that art is your foundation. I can tell you are an artist from your heart. Hold on to that, right? Yeah. Protect that. But it's also smart to think about the other pieces that need to be done. So I think it's totally natural to navigate, but hold on to you and make art.
Yeah. I love those. I love that. And I'm just going to just add on quickly. It can be really hard, right? I feel you, like the social media, it just feels like a monkey on your back, like post. Something I've become really amazing at, though, is posting. And why is because I've realized that, you know, that sound that's viral, like everything is content, everything is content, everything is content. And people are like doing videos to that sound. Like literally, I've really learned that everything is content, and that if you don't want to necessarily show the process, like Mystic said, you can show other things. You can literally get on camera and talk about how social media is too much pressure and you can't stand it, but you still want to be present and talk to your fans, right? Just be real with them. Literally just talking in your phone to your fans and to other creatives is a great way to build your audience, because to be honest, leaving the social media alone completely is not something I recommend either, because it's really important. So it's something that does need to be thought about. Like that monkey is on our back for a reason, because it can make or sometimes break you if you just leave it alone completely. So find ways that it's fun for you. If it's not fun for you, for sure, don't do it, because your mental health is most important. But find things that are fun for you to talk about. It doesn't have to necessarily be music. It could be family, it could be sports, whatever it is, to keep your audience engaged and getting to know you. Because once your music comes out, when people like you, they're going to want to get into your music because they know, because they like you. They like Holden. Even aside from the talent is just icing. They've already bought into you because of the way you share on your social. So just think about that as ways so that it's not so much pressure to like feel like you have to post music every time. You can really make it fun, do something different and creative to give it new life. All right.
Thank you
All right,
so
that's
much.
my 2 cents.
Awesome answer, all of you. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. If you're in the audience and you came to see Holden, You know what to do. Head over to Music Forward on Instagram at Music Forward. The poll will be up or is up right now. Show love, and maybe Holden will be one of the artists to come back. Thank you. And you may all turn off your cameras. All right, we are rolling right along. Coming to the virtual stage, we have Nick Yakamatos. Come on in. I'm going to tell you guys about Nick. Nick Yakamatos is a rapper, singer, songwriter, and producer whose lyrics navigate themes of hardship and empowerment. His songs are inspired by both imagery and personal life experiences and delivered with an authentic voice that reflects powerful emotions at play. His debut single, The Best, is a solemn assessment of today's America. Gripped by social and economic tensions, his follow-up single, Change, is a firm stance against discrimination of any kind. In 2021, he released single Holy Me, which documents his battle and victory over anxiety and depression. His latest single, Hey Oh, reflects his perspective on the challenges faced as a young musician trying to break into the music industry. Nick, welcome.
Hello.
We're so excited to have you. Tell the audience about your song.
All right. The song I'm going to be performing today is On My Side. It's about having a good time and just kind of feeling good about yourself. Like you just said, a majority of my time writing songs has been focused on depression, anxiety, and then of course social justice and stuff. And then recently I started getting into more positive stuff because I feel like, yes, of course it's important to talk about that stuff, but there's also the balance of like sometimes people just want to feel good when listening to a song. They want to just like feel the vibe and stuff. So I just kind of experimented with that, and yeah, that's what I created.
Love it. It's all about that balance. All right. Well, without further ado, Nick, take it away.
All right. On my side when I leave her, broken all the strings and they playing like a guitar. If you wanna blow me, it's 34 feet. If she ain't gonna blow me, I might as well leave her. See how only when the G's work. She only be chasing cause I need her. She only be chasing cause I need her. Even for somebody I can feel for her. Pull to the scene, was like 30 in my pocket. Looking like a simple when I step up upon it. Looking like a pressure, ain't no pressure, yeah I got this. Like so fly to the club into a mosh pit. Somebody in my set, looking like a top 10. She my top fan, like I'm Bala, I get color like a top cent. I ain't no stopping, I'ma mess around in the pressure whole murky. Yeah, that's right. Put the same when I put on side. Oh, nah, I ain't do what you like, but I'm right to the side and I put it on nice, yeah. Heaven's on my side when I leave her. Rocking all the strings and they playing like a guitar. If you wanna blow me, it's 34 feet. If she ain't gonna blow me, I might as well leave her. See how only when the G's work. She only be chasing cause I need her. She only be chasing cause I need her. Even for somebody I can feel for her. But that's alright. This ain't no funny fighting. Pull up to the slight end, but it's so enticing. Looking like a python, pulling other girls and they saying I'm right. Pulling other haters and they saying I'm a tyrant. I keep going all smooth like a John Drew. Eat another west side, going for that fondue. Little miss when I'm coming, but you're tweaking. Mess around the day, and you save it for the weekend. Looking at myself, you cannot believe it. Looking at the sofa, that's where you be sleeping. Get out of my bed, this ain't someone you can sleep in. I got it invested, there's some memories. Someone hit my phone, that is all the death wish. Nearest to my heart, that is all the death wish. Look, heaven's on the side when I leave her. Plucking on the strings and they playing like a guitar. If you wanna blow me, it's 34 feet. If she ain't gonna blow me, I might as well leave her. See, only when the G's work. She only be chasing cause I need her. She only be chasing cause I'm eager. Eager for somebody I can feel for.
Yeah, Nick. So did you produce this?
Yeah.
So freaking good.
Thank
Like
you.
it's a vibe, like it's a bop, it's a whole mood, like, and it's so unexpected. Like that's the last thing I would have expected from you. Like you just came out so aggressive. Like I love the energy, the vibe, all of that. You said you wanted to make music that just like people want to relax and just like have fun, and you definitely accomplished that with this track. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's get our experts in. Industry guests, turn on your cameras. All right, Brittany, let's start with you first.
The way you got into it made it so exciting, and just I could see the passion, right? Like you from the beginning, it didn't take you long at all. From the start, you were there feeling it. I love, your note about, diversifying what you write about. I like that you have your serious topics, but it's good to have a couple of fun, easy listening songs. Your sound was great. It was very catchy. Yeah, that's basically what I took from it, and I loved it. I thought that it was definitely it was great. Everything really worked together. I love the catchiness to it, and I was singing along. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, Mystic, give some.
All right, Nick, thank you. I had no idea it was going to go down like that. I want to commend you on your production, right? And what you're working with there in your room to put on a really lovely sounding performance. I also want to commend you. You seem to catch yourself after the first few lines and really got in your groove and maintained your breath control.
Yeah.
And when you're writing the type of rhymes that you are rhythmically in that beat, to be able to perform it live is super important, right? I'm a stickler for that. As MCs, we are masters of ceremony. I don't care what anybody else tells.
Oh my
right?
God, I'm a stickler about that.
So I loved that you caught that, and I'm going to encourage you, and you might already do it, but if that mic has a longer cord, I'm going to encourage you to utilize space in your house to start to broaden. Which I say is working on your breath control. I walk 6 miles every day, and the people on the path have no idea why I'm singing out loud at the top of my voice and doing things. It's because I'm working on my breath control, right? To be able to move across large spaces. So I wanna encourage that to you. But the beat was dope, and you're also doing something in your chorus, which is incredibly catchy. But part of what you're doing lyrically is you have some interesting kind of language in play about paying for a feature or these things that are happening, but you're also talking about how you need her. Is that what you're saying? How you might need her? What are those 2 lines where you're saying that?
Oh my God, I can't even remember.
I know, I put you on the spot.
She only be chasing cause I need her. She only be chasing cause I'm eager. Eager for somebody I can feel for.
Yeah, and so what it really nicely does is it kind of balances out a little bit of the brilliant cockiness.
There's a little bit of vulnerability.
Yeah, and so that's a really pure kind of balance there, because some people take it too far in the other direction, like pay me and this is what it's about, but you're keeping a brilliant balance that allows us to have an idea of who you are in the core of you and your heart. So I commend you, and I thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, so Nick, ask your question to our experts.
All right, my question is, so personally as a artist, you meet a lot of because there's so many people out there, there's a lot of noise out there, and you meet a lot of people and they all kind of want to collaborate with each other. And like, I was just wondering, how do you manage who to collaborate with? Because if everyone's coming to you to collaborate, you're going to them, how do you know where your energy and your time is best spent?
Energy, right? You put the operative word out there. There's nothing wrong with not collaborating with everybody. I'm actually notorious for not collaborating with everybody, right? You should be focusing on your art, but in collaborating with other people, what are they talking about? Does it connect with what you believe in? Does it connect with what you want to represent? Does the music inspire you? Do those artists inspire you? Evaluate the, like, especially when we're building our careers, we want to take every opportunity that exists. You don't have to take every opportunity, particularly with people if you feel like maybe they might be in conflict with what you want to represent or what you want to do, but just, you know, be stingy with your with your beauty and some of what you have and what you're creating. You don't have to do it with everybody. It's the quality of what you do. And it's the connections that you make, because hopefully once you collaborate with somebody, you'll have a long kind of relationship with them.
Yeah, love that. That's a great answer.
Thank you.
What about you, Brittany?
I would echo what Mystic says. You know, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, right? I think that'll just further your career and your next step, right? I think that's an easy, it's not an easy, but it's a great path to take, right? And you don't have to, you know, you can still work with someone, right? You can still perform on the same night as someone or try to set up a showcase or something like that, but you don't have to share space in what you're creating. You can, you know, differentiate that, which I think is special, a different way of collaborating, right? But I think that's a great thing to think of, right? And I think that it definitely is a great opportunity to start meeting people and maybe even giving you some ideas as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. So if you're in the audience and you came to see Nick, it is your turn to pay it forward. Head over to @musicforward on Instagram, show Nick love in the poll, and he may be the fan favorite for our show in December. Nick, thank you so much. And all of you may now turn off your cameras. We have one last performer tonight, you guys. I'm so glad that you chose to stick around. We are wrapping it up. Coming to the virtual stage, we have Montia. Come on in. I'm going to tell you guys about Montia. Montia is an artist with much promise as he brings a breath of fresh air to pop music. Born part of a family of West African refugees, he is no stranger to hard work and perseverance. It was through his family he learned how to put in the work to make a name for himself, as they did. In addition to singing, he dances, acts, and models. He cites his major influences as music icons Bobby Brown, Beyonce, Prince, and Michael Jackson. That's a list of heavy hitters, baby. Montia's prenatal talent comes full force and allots a preview of a career certain to be full of longevity and greatness, solely unique to him. Pop is about to become iconic. Talk that talk, Montia. Love it. Well, are you able, look at this setup. Are you able to tell us about your song tonight?
Thank you so much. How are you?
Yes, we are awesome. So excited. Look at you. Got the band. Come through showmanship.
Thank you.
So tell us about what to expect from your performance tonight.
Okay, so I'm going to be performing my song Afro, which I released last year and wrote last year as well after I was deeply impacted by the social rights movement and Black Lives Matter and everything that happened in 2020. And it's basically a celebration of Black hair, culture, and everything Black, because I feel like at the time, it almost felt illegal to just live in your skin. So
okay, yeah.
This is my celebration of us and the beauty that is us.
Ooh, well, let us get into it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Montia, take it away.
music forward.
Is the
Are you ready for the icon?
icon.
It's a white man's world. We from outer space. The pearls so in Orleans. To the floor with braids. We flexing our roots that we were taught to hate. I love my afro, love my afro, yeah, yeah.
Don't touch my
Afro,
afro.
love my afro, yeah, yeah. For me, and the texture, and for see, yeah. My hair grows up, 'cause it's my crown, and I won't let my crown fall down. 'Cause why? My afro, love my afro, let's break it down, y'all. Love it, love it, love it, love it,
Love my afro.
love it, love it, love it,
Love my afro.
work it, work it, work it,
I
work
work
it,
this
work it,
afro.
touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it.
Don't
touch
touch
it.
my afro.
Love it, love it, love it, love it,
Love
love
my
it,
afro.
love it, love it, love it, love it,
Love
love it,
my
love it,
afro.
love it. Work it, work it, work it, work it,
I
work
work
it,
this
work it,
afro.
work it, touch it, touch it.
Don't touch my
When
afro.
your mama told me your hair is your glory, it tells your story like no one can do for. No locks are the real thing.
String goddess and mercies, we're beautiful, we rock anything. Work, and everyone's the afro.
With finesse, we manifest, can be oppressed. Let's address how at our best we cause unrest. I'm your chest, skins of flesh, that's why they're precious, 'cause we're blessed.
With the melanin, indeed.
And what?
And the
I love my afro. Music for y'all know it yet? Sing it with me. Love my afro, yeah. Love this afro. Set my hair up, 'cause it's my crown, and I won't let my crown fall down. Why? 'Cause I love my afro. Okay, let's break it down. Ah. Love it, love it, love it, love it,
Love my afro down.
love it, love it, love it, love it.
Love my afro down.
Work it, work it, work it, work it.
I work this afro down.
Touch it, touch it, touch it.
Don't touch my afro.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
My afro down.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Love my afro down.
Work it, work it,
I
work
work
it.
this afro down.
Touch it.
Don't touch my afro.
Our afro is our crown, and you can't shoot it down. Brothers and sisters around the globe, a family tree grows in the ground. It is our black magic, hair that defies gravity. Equality will be reality for all my young black kings and queens. Didn't bow down, so ain't no reason why we should now. And even if our blood is on the ground, we gon' stand tall, we gon' show them now. Y'all chose to barbecues and top of the class.
HBCUs. No matter what they do, we can never lose.
Till the day I die, I'm gonna choose my afro. Come on.
Whoa! That's me being that audience full of people. You ate, understood the assignment
Thank you.
was a performance. I loved every
One
minute
second,
of
I can't
it.
hear
The
you. One second.
showmanship, the lyrics, the energy.
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I was just saying everything was phenomenal. The showmanship, the lyrics, the energy, it's giving. You did a phenomenal job. I would talk about how great you did for like 10 minutes if we weren't behind time. So let me get our industry experts in so they can give you some feedback because you just killed it. All right, Mystic, let's start with
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes. Work it, work it, work it, work it. That was brilliant. Lydia, as you said, he understood the assignment with this, not comparatively to all the other wonderful folks who have performed, but
Right.
understand the assignment, right? From the way that you guys are dressed to the way that you are moving through space on that stage. Oh my goodness, your co-singers. I don't really call people background singers. I call them co-singers. Your co-singers sing like angels. The beginning with the guitars reminded me of like Woodstock with, just, I thought it was brilliant. And I know we're behind on time. So I just also wanted to throw in there, if you're not already inspired by him, and I know he's Nigerian, and I listened to your music prior to this, so I think your family is from Liberia, that Kuti, Fela Kuti.
I love him.
Yeah, I feel that lineage of energy rolling through you, and also Solange, and then also an artist you may be familiar with by the name of Cody Chestnut, who did some and still creates, but does some really brilliant stuff with guitar and with vocals. So your songwriting, the content of what you're talking about is so important. And to everybody standing on that stage, thank you for the unity. Thank you for the presence. And thank you, for all of us that, that is my Afro. To claim who we are is powerful. It's important. And I look forward to coming to one of your shows.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. All right, Brittany.
I really started clapping. So it ended, I'm like clapping. I feel like you're on tour. I was like, yay, listen, some things I wrote down. Is there anything you can't do? The dancing was phenomenal. I just didn't know what I was going to see next. I loved the intro of the dancers after. I liked how you started, gave it a minute, and then they came on. Your whole band was phenomenal. Singers, musicians, amazing. And really, to be honest with you, how you guys all blended, right? Like you all felt it. Every single person I could see was feeling it, was really truly feeling the words to the song and what you were putting out there. Beautiful. Felt like you took a day off tour just to do this with us. Like you're already there. You have it all. It was phenomenal, right? It was unexpected and it was great. I'm so happy for what you're standing behind and what you're accomplishing. And yeah, you have the stage presence. You really, there's nothing I can give you or tell you. You're there. I loved it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I would have loved to see an Afro on you, and then you like take it off and throw it or something. I don't know, like I would have loved to see that. Like y'all all just ate, even just the way everyone's standing right now. Like y'all are not playing no games. Everybody is still in position.
Thank you.
And I am living. Okay, so Montia, what is your question for our experts?
First off, thank y'all so much for being here and for the praise and just for experiencing, my art. So I just really appreciate y'all for that. My question would be, being that y'all have found success in an industry that is very much industrious and, only the strong survive, how do you suggest I go from taking my art from my school stage to a bigger world stage?
You doing it right now. That's first, but let's hear what our experts have to say. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll hop in. I was gonna defer to Brittany because I think part of the answer on that is you need to be doing as many shows as possible, getting as many eyes on you as possible. They might not pay at all, They might not pay great. They might not have wonderful monitors, just who knows what it will be. But I think where you are as an artist and where you guys are as a collective, you need to be performing as much as possible. You are an artist where the live representation of your music, because again, I listen to your music on Spotify, the live representation of your music makes it even more engaging. The harmonies are brought out more, the energy, the movement. So that hopefully that answers your question. Do more shows, and also maybe incorporate even more what you're doing in your live shows into your songs. And Cody Chestnut might be an interesting person to listen to for that. But that would be, and just, I love all y'all.
Yeah. Brittany?
Yeah, it's live, right? That's where your music is shining, but it is the whole package when you see what you're able to put out there and give to the world. And I think that gift is giving, right? And that they get to see every aspect of the performance, seeing, hearing, feeling. You just need to get out there, right? I've seen a lot of success in people that have been able to get in front of other people, small crowds, big crowds. I would just get out there, right? I would start knocking down some doors, because once they see what you have, it's infectious. And I feel like it's something that's just undeniable, and everybody's going to want to be a part of it. So get out there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I said you're doing it, because you're on a stage right now. Like, just stay on the stage, stay in their face, like find a booking agent. Like, there's ways. I'm gonna inbox you, because I have a lot of tips and tricks to share.
Thank you so much.
So many. Okay, so if you're out there in virtual land and you stuck around, it is your turn. Head over to our Instagram. Show Montia love. His whole crew came. They showed up. They showed out. And he deserves to come back. So show love in the poll, and you never know. Montia, you guys may now turn off your cameras. Thank you so much for that performance. We are honored.
Thank you.
All right. And to wrap up the show, industry experts, we usually end it with a question. And you guys just give us whatever, if you had one word of advice for our young artists who perform tonight, for any artist who's coming up, what would that be? That advice be? One tip, one takeaway to help them along their journey. What would it be?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
That's perfect. Optimistic.
Yeah, I think I would just say continue to be fearless and protect your heart.
Yes. This is an industry that's so important. Loved both of you tonight. Both of you had amazing energy. I'm sure that the artists got amazing takeaways from you guys. Thank you for sharing your experience and your love and light and insight with these talented people. We appreciate you at Music Forward. Thank you.
Thank you for your beautiful hosting and energy and feedback.
Thank you so much. All right, you two may now turn off your cameras. All right. Once again, my name is Lydia Caesar. It is my absolute pleasure to host this amazing event every other Friday night. Thank you for joining us this evening. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Peace.